In chapter 6, we will see the each block. Now, this each block is used whenever you have a list of items to be displayed on the DOM. So you can use the each block. Now, the syntax for each block is again, you have to use hash and each. So we will see the two examples here. One is simple array and then another one is the object. So let's start the practical here. So in the last section, we have created logic using if. So in this section, what I will do, I will create one more component. Let's say each dot swell. Okay, and I will import this in the app.swell file. My each from lib slash each. Okay, and I will comment this logic because we already seen that. Now we will see what we will see the my each. Okay, so let's close this, and now to start each. Now, as I already said, each block you have to start with the hash each and then close with like this. Okay, now how each works? Each works on a list. So for that we have to define one list. Let's say let my list equal to a, or let's say names. So let's say Ajay, comma Vijay, comma Ravi. Now I want this block to print this list for me. So the syntax here is you have to take the my list and you have to say list. Okay, now what will happen is it will start printing my list. See, again I have to use the dev block here so that you can see it properly. So guys, what has happened is this is my block, div block. I am using this div block for how many times? For this many times. So for writing syntax of each, this has to be a list. If you do not give list here, then it will be a problem. It will give some problem here. Okay, now what I am doing this, I am taking this list, complete list, and looping. So every time there is an item stored, like the first time this Ajay is stored in this list and it is printed over here. When second time Vijay will come and this from this here. Third time Ravi. So what is happening is every time there will be a items. So this you can see is a single items I am taking every time. Okay, now this is a very simple list and most of the times you will use this each list more often, and you can also do the styling and all those stuff here. So I'm not doing here, just very simple styling here. Okay, so this is your markup component within the each. Now let's see some, this is very simple example. Now you can also print the index. Let's say I will say index h1 index, and index is my I. Okay, now you can see this index 0, you have Ajay, index 1 you have Vijay, index 2 you have Ravi. So whatever variable you will put here, that will take the index of that list item. Okay, so that you can print using this. So syntax is you have to write each with hash. You have to close this. You have to take a list here, and you have to write as and list. You can take the single item. You can print it over here. So this is a very simple example wherein you can print the list. Now let's consider some complicated example. Let's say I have a, objects within list. So objects within list is how you can create. Let's say let object equal to, I have a list. List starts with array, and inside that list you have objects. Now you might be aware of objects in the data in JavaScript. So these are my objects. Now I want these objects to pass through this list and print the material. So with the interest of time, I have already created one object. What I will do is I'll take that and show you. So this is my object. Inside my first object, this is my key ID 1, and this is name, age, and country. So I have 3 objects. This is first object, this is second object, and this is third object. Now I have to take this in the list. So what I'll do is I'll say each. Here, as I already told you, here we have to take the complete object. So obj has O. You can put here anything, whatever you want. Let's say O or whatever you want. So I am taking as O. Again, I am closing this list. Now, what is there inside this O? As we have seen in the last example, this was the first, but here this is an object. So I am getting an object here. So if I print this, what you will see is you will see one object. Now to print object, you have to use JSON.stringify. Now you will see this. I am printing the first object, second object, and third object. Okay, so this is what I am printing the complete object, but this is generally we do not in practicals we do not do like this. So what I have to do is I have to simply print line by line. So let's print line by line. So I will say here h1, or let's say I will use h4, and we'll say name, and in the name what I'm using is I have to take this value from the name. So I will say here h4, my object is what? O. So I will take that curly braces and I will say O dot name. So I have to take the ID, name, whatever. So if you know JavaScript, how to take the key values. So this is my ID actually. I can use same here. Okay, so now you can see ID1, ID2, ID3. I will take out this. Now again, I will print all here. I will say name, age, and country. If you want line break, you can put line break. Okay. See. So here I will say name, age, country, or you can do better styling over here. So I'm not focusing any styling part here. So see, you can see this how I have printed this complete object line by line using this markup component. So guys, this is the way you can use each block, and it is used for repeating this. If each was not there, I have to write this for how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times I have to write, or whatever number of objects is there. So this way you can loop your list using each. You will use it for many times, and if you not provide any list here, see, I have removed that array. So see, the array problem will come here. So make sure this whatever you are passing here is a list. So I hope guys you have understood this chapter. I have shown you 2 examples with simple and with objects. So I'm stopping this video here. So please like, subscribe and share with your friends. See you in the next chapter. Thanks.